Yeah, what up, what up, what up, and welcome back to Pnoid News. So, back under Bush and Obama, journalists were severely restricted in their ability to cover White House goings-ons and different aspects of what was happening with our government, right? There was actually a point where legitimately journalists were, locked inside of closets. And because of the fact that it was Obama or Bush doing it, they didn't stand here and have a whole lot of pushback. Well, guess what? Under Donald Trump, that ceased. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, he had a pretty open press briefing. And Donald Trump stood here, and constantly had the press up his ass on a regular basis. And he always answered their questions, because it's Donald Trump. You know what I mean? He had a extremely open, transparent White House as far as things are concerned. Well, today, journalists have been trying to cover what's going on at the border. And journalists have been threatened with arrests over even getting near the buildings or getting near what's going on with, the border as a whole. So let's check this out. This is from the New York Post. Journalists granted zero access to cover border crisis under Biden. This is also covered by the Washington Post as well. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, Washington Post, I'm not paying you to be able to look at your shit. I'm just not doing it. I don't give a fuck. The news media has been granted zero access at the U.S.-Mexico border under President Biden, according to a Getty Images photographer at the ground, on the ground at the crossing. Journalists have flocked to the border in recent weeks to cover the crisis as tens of thousands of Central American migrants, including unaccompanied children, attempted a dangerous journey. But according to Lensman John Moore, they've encountered restrictive conditions with U.S. authorities hampering their ability to tell the story. I respectfully ask U.S. Customs and Border Protection to stop blocking media access to their border operations, tweeted Moore on Friday. I have photographed CBP under Bush, Obama, and Trump, but now zero access granted to the media. In the thread, Moore included dramatic shots at the crossing, which, unable to work in the U.S., he said he took from the Mexican side of the border using the telephoto lens. Until now, U.S. photojournalists haven't needed to stand in another country to photograph what's happening in the United States, he wrote. Moore said that he and other journalists have been escorted away from the crossing by Border Patrol agents recently. There's no modern precedent for a full physical ban on media access to the, to Center Border Patrol, operations, he wrote. To those who might say cut them some slack, they're dealing with the situation. I'd say that showing the U.S. response to current immigration surge is exactly the media's role. Photographing Border Patrol agents and immigrant encounters can be done respectfully without interfering with operations, he continued. Moore also rejected the idea that such restrictions could be justified under the coronavirus regulations, and pandemic restrictions are not an excuse to block physical media access. Oh, word? Now y'all got a problem with all the bullshit with the, the coronavirus, restrictions and nonsense, right? Especially the operations that are outside, he wrote. There are easy alternative options to media ride-alongs, showing the difficult and important work of CBP agents in the field while also photographing immigrants in a dignified way are not mutually exclusive endeavors, he added. Transparency is key, even in a politicized environment. Biden administration officials have repeatedly promised media access to contingents at the border, including inside facilities where detained children are being kept, but are yet to put a hard date on when reviews can begin. On Sunday morning, news host Chris Wallace sparred with Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over the issue, questioning why reporters couldn't accompany Mayorkas on his own border visit last week. Mayorkas fell back on the pandemic to explain a lack of access, promised to provide footage of the conditions. So let's be honest here. All right. What's going on is that the entire reason why Biden is standing here, opening the border as he has and repealed all the Donald Trump stuff is because of the fact that they want cheap wages. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. They want cheap wages for corporations, and corporations have paid for their cheap wages through, standing here donating to, Joe Biden's campaign and backing Democrats and things of this nature because, you know, the Republicans have been recently, you know, under Donald Trump, standing up for workers more than anyone else, any other political party in the past, you know, 40 years. Legitimately, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what's going on, you know? So this is really the situation as a whole. I wanted to bring this to y'all, you know what I mean? And let me show y'all what's going on. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because I put content out like this all the time. In the meantime, you know the deal, man. This is Tom Pease of Pnoid News. I'm going to holla at y'all. Peace.